For our next tutorial, we are going to be making a lace headband with an arrowhead pattern. This is a advanced beginner level. There are some different type of stitches which are used apart from the knit and purl. I will be giving a tutorial of those stitches too, and I hope you can try to make it using this. If you want to, you can go about different YouTube tutorials of those same stitches and try to see different variations of how to make it, but this is a very nice looking pattern which can be made. I am going to be using a 4mm needle for this, and I have a local Oswal yarn got from a local shop. Now to start this, again I'm going to be using the long tail cast on method. So about 7 to 8 inches of yarn has been taken as a longer edge. For this, it is got a very specific pattern, and the width is not customizable. It is a 4-line repeat, and the length can be completely customized to whatever length you want to make, but the pattern is supposed to be a specific repeat of that. We are going to be making an 11 foundation cast on. If you want to see a slower tutorial on how the cast on is done, you can see the previous seed stitch pattern, but I'll give you a small demo. I take the needle below the yarn, pick up the loop below the thumb, wrap it around from the forefinger and drop it. So this is how we cast on. I have done a slower, easier cast on tutorial on the previous headband, and you can go about by checking that out. Since this has got a very specific repeat, the width of the headband will be decided completely on the type of yarn and the needle that you use. If you are using a thinner needle with thin yarn, it will give you a thinner headband. If you want to change the thickness, change the width of the hairband, you can change it using the much more bulky yarn with needles. Now the first line repeat. Also I can add that the blog post will have a detailed pattern if in case you want to follow it with the graph which will be given in the blog post, and this will just have a small video demo. The first stitch which we are starting with is going to be a purl stitch. The written tutorial for this pattern will be available on the blog. I am just showing a representation of the written pattern as a video tutorial. We are going to be starting with the wrong side row, and the wrong side row starts with a knit stitch. For the knit stitch, we take the yarn at the back of the needle, take the needle from the front to back, wrap the yarn over and pull out a loop and drop the stitch. The next 9 stitches are purl stitches, where we take the yarn to the front, we take the needle from the front to the back of the needle, then we hold both the needles on the right hand, and then we wrap the yarn around. While holding this length of the yarn, we can pull along the right hand needle and then drop the stitch. So this is an easy way of doing a purl stitch. We just take the needle, wrap the yarn around, pull it out and drop. The next 9 middle stitches of this repeat are purl stitches. When we are left with just one loop on the needle, we take the yarn to the back of the needle and we knit that last stitch. Now we turn this. Now the second row is going to be our right side of the work. That's the front side where the pattern will be established. The first stitch here is a knit stitch. Take the yarn around and drop it. The next is a yarn over. The yarn is wrapped from the front to the back of the needle. This is a yarn over. A yarn over usually helps in forming a lace pattern by forming this sort of a gap. when a yarn over is made, the next two stitches are usually joined together. Now the next two we have two different types of joining two stitches together. For the right side, we are going to be using a slip knit, which is where we take the first stitch. These two stitches, 1 and 2, are going to be joined together. The first stitch is slipped onto the right hand needle knitwise. The way we knit, we're going to the front to the back and just picking up the needle to the right hand. The next stitch is knit normally, how we take the needle front to the back, wrap the yarn over, pull it through and drop it. This first stitch, which is just a slip stitch, is to be picked up by the left hand needle and pulled over the first stitch. Thus we have joined two stitches together and made a loop. Once we go over the next stitch, we'll be able to appreciate how a gap will be formed at this point. Our next, again we are going to repeat that pattern where we are going to take the yarn over, slip the first stitch, knit the next stitch, pull it through. Both the stitches are now on the right hand needle. The first one, which was slipped, is picked up and dropped over the stitch. The next we have a knit stitch. After this, the next stitch in this side, when we've done the slip knit, we'll always find all the stitches following towards the left side. Now we want the left hand side of the needles for the stitches to be falling on the right side, because we want to make an arrowhead. Here we take two stitches together, just how we knit. This is a knit two together. Two stitches are picked up the same way as we knit. Yarn is wrapped over, pulled through and dropped, and then we yarn over to compensate for that stitch we have picked up. Here again, knit two together, yarn over and drop, and we take a yarn over and then we knit the last stitch. What we will find is that even though there were 4 times that we joined two stitches together, we have taken 4 yarn overs also and compensated for those stitches that we have reduced, which in the final count we still find to have 11 stitches. Now we have our next wrong side row. The wrong side rows are all pattern repeats of the same repeat. The right side row has a 2 pattern repeat, so that's why there is a 2 line repeat. So there is a 4 line pattern which is repeated throughout the length of the needle, throughout the length of the band. Now our next stitch is where we start with first a knit. This is our wrong side row. We've taken one knit, dropped it, and then the rest of it is purls. The next 9 purls, as you will see, this is a loop stitch because it's a yarn over. We will treat it like a regular stitch. We will take the needle from the front, wrap the yarn around, pull it through and drop it. Same way we continue for the next 9 stitches until we reach the point where only 1 stitch is left. There we take the needle again to the back, do a regular knit stitch. I hope you can appreciate these gaps which have formed, which is a lace pattern. Our next is the second different row that we have, which will establish our pattern. Here, this is the 4th line of our pattern. Our first 2 stitches are knit, first stitch of knit and second stitch of knit. This next is a yarn over, where we take the yarn from the front to the back, and it is a yarn over. Then again we repeat the slip knit which we have done previously. The first stitch is slipped off from the left needle to the right. The second is knit as we regularly do. The first loop that we have slipped is picked up and dropped. Our next stitch is a yarn over. Now we have to join the next 3 stitches to make 1 stitch. This is done by taking 2 stitches together and we slip them onto the right needle. We have slipped 2. Instead of slipping 1 as we previously did, we have slipped 2 stitches. We knit the next one as we regularly do. We pick up these 2 stitches which we have slipped off. This is the 2 stitches, and we drop them off. This will establish our next pattern. After this, we have to take one more yarn over, knit 2 together as we did in the previous row, one more yarn over, and last 2 stitches are knit. Let me just quickly make the next wrong side row, even though that is a part of the next 4 row repeat. I'm just going to quickly make it for you to be able to appreciate the pattern. Our first is a knit. After that we purl the next 9 stitches, and as you get the hang of these stitches, it will flow much faster. The initial pattern repeat you may have to watch a couple of times before you get the hang of it. That's why we are going to be saving this on YouTube. You can watch it anytime at your convenience. The last stitch is a knit. Please remember to knit the last stitch. This is the wrong side of the work and this is the right side of the work. As you will be able to appreciate, there is a lace pattern formed. As you go on continuing with these stitches, you will see this sort of a pattern where these are the 4 line repeats. The center stitches pop out because of the knit 2 together slip and like the 3 stitch join which we have done. That will lead to this formation. This can be repeated up to a length of about 20 to 22 inches depending on however long you want to make your band. You can check your circumference of the head, or if you are trying to make it in a child size pattern or a young adult, you may check the circumference of the head with a measuring tape and then make it accordingly. For any doubts that you have, you can DM us on indiayarn.circle, which is our Instagram handle. You can directly DM me on my Instagram handle, which is Pooja's Crochet, or you can Facebook message us on our group on India Yarn Circle or on our Facebook page. You can also Facebook message me directly on Pooja's Crochet. We are going to be attaching a photo of the completed band, the way the pattern is made, at the end of this video. Once the band is made as a long straight band, you can join the 2 ends with the seam stitch and then you will be forming a loop. This band is quite stretchy and it is adjustable to a regular size depending on however long length you want to make. I hope you enjoyed making this, and please do follow, like and share. Thank you. Bye bye.